Welcome all in this lecture of statistical mechanics. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about the Gibbs paradox and its removal. The content of the lecture is from the book Statistical Mechanics by R. K. Pathria and P. D. Bill. So, let us come to the discussion. This lecture is quite connected to the lecture that I have given earlier. The name is Thermodynamical Functions from Statistical Mechanics. That lecture I also given from this particular textbook only, and in that lecture the expression for the entropy was derived. So, this is the expression of the entropy S, which was derived from the expression of the total number of microstates gamma or omega. So, you carefully look at this expression, because this expression will be used in the particular discussion of Gibbs paradox. So, this equation is the expression for the entropy. Now, let us come to the point. So, we are considering mixing of two ideal gases 1 and 2. Suppose there are two different compartments, and in these compartments there are ideal gases. We are denoting this system as 1, and the macroscopic state can be described by the parameters N1, that is the number of particles, V1, which is the volume of this particular compartment, and T is the temperature of this compartment. And this is another compartment where the number of particles are N2, the volume of this compartment is V2, and the temperature is T. And we are considering the mixing of these gases. Now, if you carefully look at the expression of the entropy that I have shown you just before. So, this was the expression of the entropy S. Now, you see that this is logarithmic term ln, and inside the bracket these are the quantities. So, what we can do, you can separate the volume term. So, you see in the second step what we have done, that is we have separated the volume term with respect to the energy or number of particles term. And what you can do again, that is you see that there is h cube term here, V by h cube. For more simplification, what we are doing, we are just expressing E in terms of temperature. You see that in our earlier lecture we have derived, that is E is equal to 3 by 2 nkt. So, what you can do, that is you can express energy in terms of temperature in the second term, and you just move this h cube term with the second term, and you can take 3 by 2 nk common from the second and third term. So, if you follow these procedures, then the expression of entropy will be like this, that is given in equation number 1, Nik ln Vi plus you are taking 3 by 2 Nik common, and in the second bracket it is 1 plus ln 2 pi Mikt by h square. So, this is the new expression of the entropy. Now, the point is that you focus on the first term. In the first term there is ln Vi multiplied by the Ni. So, this is the first term. Now, if you change the volume, number of particle and energy in this way, suppose you are increasing the volume V alpha times. So, new volume V prime will be alpha into V. You are increasing the number of particles alpha times. So, n prime is equal to alpha into n, and you are also increasing the energy by the alpha factor. So new energy E prime will be alpha into E. Now the problem is that if you increase all these three parameters alpha times, but the new entropy will not be equal to alpha into S. Why it is so? Actually, here the first term is responsible for that. Why? Because you carefully look that in the first term there is ln Vi multiplied with Ni. But if you change Vi to alpha Vi, then what will happen? That is ln alpha V will be equal to ln alpha plus ln V. Ln alpha V is not equal to alpha times of ln V. That is why what will happen, due to this ln V terms only in the first term, you again look at the term, that is due to the term ln Vi, new entropy S prime will not be equal to alpha times of S, although you are changing the volume, number of particles and energy by alpha times. So in the expression of entropy, you see that the entropy of an ideal gas as given by this expression is not an extensive property. Why we are saying that? That is, it is not an extensive property, because although we are changing number of particles, volume, energy alpha times, but the new entropy is not increasing by alpha. So as per this expression, entropy is not an extensive quantity, but actually it should be an extensive quantity. This in a way means that the entropy of this system is different from the sum of the entropies of its parts. Although we are showing mixing of two gases from the two compartments, but as we are changing the values of number of particles, volume, energy or temperature by alpha times, the new entropy is not the alpha times of its previous value. So we can conclude that in the expression of entropy there is some problem. So logically we are saying that in the expression of entropy there is some problem, and this problem is commonly known as Gibbs paradox. But now we will discuss the problem of Gibbs paradox in detail. The discussion that we have completed up to this point, that is, we are saying it logically. We are saying it logically but not analytically. Now we will discuss the problem of Gibbs paradox in some more detail. So we are considering mixing of two ideal gases 1 and 2, which are in these two compartments, both being initially at the same temperature T. That is, before the mixing the temperature of the two compartments were at T. You see that we have written T here. Clearly the temperature of the mixture would also be the same. That is, after the mixing the temperature will remain same. So how we will consider the mixing of the gases? So for that purpose we are considering the expression of the entropy that just I have shown you before. So this is the expression of the entropy. We are writing SI. We are using the index I because there are two systems, I is equal to 1 and 2, that is system 1 and system 2. So this is the expression of the entropy. If you consider the individual system, then you can write S1 is equal to N1K ln V1. You just use 1 for I. So for the system 1, S1 will be N1K ln V1 plus 3 by 2 N1K into 1 plus ln 2 pi M1 Kt by H square. And similarly for the system 2, the entropy S2 will be N2K ln V2 plus 3 by 2 N2K into 1 plus ln 2 pi M2 Kt by H square. So these are the individual entropy of the two subsystems 1 and 2 respectively. Now after the mixing, what will be the value of the total entropy? How to find that? So after the mixing, what will be the change? The change will be that as the two gases will mix with each other, the new volume of the compartment will be V, that will be equal to V1 plus V2. So the new volume V will be V1 plus V2. So what we will do, we just use the same expression 1, but here it was Vi, but now we will write as ln V. Why V? Because after the mixing, the new volume will be V equal to V1 plus V2, and sum will be there for other terms. For example, you see that we have used the same summation form I equal to 1 to 2 Nik ln V. We are not writing Vi, we are writing Nik ln V plus 3 by 2 Nik 1 plus ln 2 pi Mik by h square. Why we have used summation form? Because entropy will be added, because after the mixing entropy will be added. The only change is there, that is new volume will be V. So this is ST. ST means S total. So after the mixing, that is the total entropy. We have used summation form for the system 1 plus for the system 2. The only change is there, that is we have written V is equal to V1 plus V2. So delta S, that is the change of entropy, will be ST minus sum of SI, that is sum of the individual entropies. That is why we have written this term ST, that is total entropy after the mixing, minus individual entropy of the systems before the mixing. That is why we have written I equal to 1 to 2 SI. What is SI? SI is given by equation 1 here. This is the equation 1. Now if we carefully look equation 1 and equation 2, so second term is same. You see that because you will use summation form here, and this is the second term 3 by 2 Nik into 1 plus ln 2 pi Mikt by h square, and here for the individual entropy SI, this is the expression of the second term 3 by 2 Nik 1 plus ln 2 pi Mikt by h square. So when we will do the operation ST minus sum of SI, then what will happen? The second term will be cancelled out, because these expression are same. If you carefully look, the second term of ST and SI, they are same. So when we will do ST minus sum of SI, the second term will be cancelled. So only the first term is considerable. So for ST, this one is the first term Nik ln V, sum from I equal to 1 to 2, and this is sum of SI. In SI, the first term is Nik ln Vi. So we have written Nik ln Vi, I equal to 1 to 2. Now you just put the values of the index. So from the first term, it will be N1k ln V plus N2k ln V minus N1k ln V1 minus N2k ln V2. Now by algebraic simplification, you take k common. So from first term and third term, it will be N1 ln, we are writing V1 plus V2 instead of V. So V1 plus V2 by V1, and from the second and fourth term, we will have N2 ln V1 plus V2 by V2. So this is the expression of the change of entropy delta S. Now if the densities are same, that is density same means density means V1 by N1. This is the density of the gas in compartment 1, and V2 by N2 is the density of the gas in compartment 2. So if the densities of the gas are equal, that is if we can write V1 by N1 is equal to V2 by N2, or V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2, or V1 plus V2 by V1 is equal to N1 plus N2 by N1, or V1 plus V2 by V2 is equal to N1 plus N2 by N2. This we can write only when the densities of the two gases are equal. Then this expression can also be written as K N1 ln N1 plus N2 by N1 plus N2 ln N1 plus N2 by N2. So this is the expression for the change of entropy. You see the expression, we have derived this equation and this equation. So this is the entropy change delta S, which is indeed positive. You can see from the right hand side of the equation 3 and 4, it is positive, and as it must be, it should be positive because this is an irreversible process like mixing. We know that mixing between the gases is an irreversible process. That is why delta S should be positive. So far it seems all right. However, a paradoxical situation arises if we consider the mixing of two samples of the same gas. This part is very important. You listen it very carefully. So far that we have considered is the mixing between two different types of gases. But if we consider mixing between the same gas, once again the entropies of the individual samples will be given by 1. That is here the equation of the entropy, that is the basic expression for the SI is same. There will be no change, but one change will be there. What change? Here M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M, because it is the same gas. So you see that in this expression we cannot write Mi in this way. What we can write, that is M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M. So we will write M here. That will be the change. Other things will remain same. Everything will remain same, only the change will be there. For example, you see here S1 will be this expression only. Apart from, we will write M1 equal to M. S2 will also be same, but we will write M2 is equal to M. Again, in case of ST, everything will be same, but we will write Mi for M. Then the expression for the delta S will remain same here. That is, this will be the total value of the entropy ST. We are writing Nk ln V. Why we have write Nk ln V? Because after the mixing, you listen it very carefully. In the expression of ST, you can see this expression also. This expression is actually the expression of ST. Here we have written it directly, but if you see this expression ST. So if you look at the first term, so first term will be N1k ln V plus N2k ln V. But after the mixing, as it is the same gas, that is why N1k ln V plus N2k ln V, that will be N1 plus N2 into k ln V. If you take k ln V common, then k ln V into N1 plus N2, but N1 plus N2 is equal to N. We can add up N1 plus N2 equal to N. Why? Because it is the same gas. Otherwise, we cannot add N1 plus N2 is equal to N. So there is another difference here. I am again repeating the fact that you see that here in this expression there is capital N. What is capital N? Capital N is equal to N1 plus N2. We can add the number of particles N1 plus N2. Why we can add? Because that is the same gas. Same gas was there in compartment 1 and 2. They have mixed up. Now the total particles becomes N equal to N1 plus N2. But if the gases were different, then the molecules of compartment 1 are different from the molecules of compartment 2, or the particles of the compartment 1 are different from the particles of the compartment 2, and you cannot add it N1 plus N2 in this way. That is, you cannot say N1 plus N2 is equal to N. So here, as the number of particles are same, that is why you are saying in this way, that is N is equal to N1 plus N2. So total entropy ST is equal to Nk ln V plus 3 by 2 Nk into 1 plus ln 2 pi mkt by H square. So this is the expression of the entropy after the mixing. But the point is that this expression is numerically same as expression 2. Expression 2 means actually this expression. The only difference is that here we have used N for N1 plus N2 and we have written Mi for M. So this is the difference only. But other things will remain same, and the expression of delta S, this also will remain same. You see that in the previous case, what was the expression of delta S? The expression of the delta S was k into n1 ln v1 plus v2 by v1 plus n2 ln v1 plus v2 by v2, or another expression was k into n1 ln n1 plus n2 by n1 plus n2 ln n1 plus n2 by n2. What you can do, you can write n1 plus n2 for capital N and here v1 plus v2 for capital V. But apart from this thing, the expression of delta S is almost same. So what is the problem now? There is some problem. You see, I am just discussing it. You see that therefore the entropy of mixing in this case will also be given by the previous expression 3 and 4 that we have just discussed now, that is delta expression for the delta x will remain same. Actually this second term is not affecting so much, because when you will calculate delta s, this term will cancel out, only the first term will play the role. That is why although the gases are same in the two compartments, but the expression of delta s is same as the previous cases. But this conclusion is unacceptable, because the mixing of two samples of the same gas with a common initial temperature T and a common initial particle density N is definitely and clearly a reversible process. The mixing of the same gas is certainly different from the mixing of the different types of gas. Mixing between the different types of gas is an irreversible process, but mixing between same types of gas is definitely a reversible one. For we can simply reinsert the partitioning wall into the system and obtain a situation that is no way different from the one we had before mixing. So the situation before mixing and situation after mixing is same. You can at any time insert a partition wall and any time you can remove it, but the thing is that before the mixing and after the mixing the situation is exactly same, because it is the same types of gas, but still we are observing that is the expression of delta S is similar to the previous case, that is during the mixing of the dissimilar gases. So although this process is reversible, but we are getting a positive value of delta x which should not happen in the case of similar types of mixing between the similar type of gases. So in the present case the corresponding result should be delta S equal to 0, that is the change of entropy should be 0 if the process is a reversible one, but we are observing that delta S is not equal to 0. So where there is a problem, so that is the paradox only, and this paradox is known as the Gibbs paradox. So one thing is clear, that is we are led to believe that there is something basically wrong with that expression. The expression of entropy which we have used, there is definitely something wrong, and we have to consider that where there is wrong in that expression, and we have to remove the expression accordingly. Now we are going to a approach which we can say that it is one type of back calculation method. Why I am saying that is it is a back calculation method, because we are checking from the expression of delta x. We have to keep in mind that is somehow we have to make delta s is equal to 0, but how we can make delta s is equal to 0, that we have to check. Now you see, that is the expression of delta s that we have derived, we can write the expression of delta s in a little bit of different way. So what is the way? You see this expression, new expression, that is we are writing delta s which we have derived earlier. Derived earlier means you see the equations again. We have derived two forms. This is equation 3 and this is equation 4. They are actually same. The only thing is that here we have assumed the densities of the gases are equal. That is why V1 plus V2 by V1, that can be written as N1 plus N2 by N1. So this is actually the expression of delta S, but we are writing the same expression of delta S in a little bit of different approach. We are writing the delta S in this way, that is k ln n1 plus n2 factorial minus ln n1 factorial minus ln n2 factorial. Now you may ask the question, that is how or why we have written this expression. So that I can show you, that is you can write this expression. So what you have to do, just you have to use Stirling's approximation. You know this approximation, that is ln n factorial is equal to n ln n minus n. So ln n1 plus n2 factorial will be n1 plus n2 ln n1 plus n2 minus of n1 plus n2. Similarly, ln n1 factorial will be n1 ln n1 minus n1. ln n2 factorial will be n2 ln n2 minus n2 for large n. So this is the Stirling approximation. Now you see the expression, that is ln n1 plus n2 factorial minus ln n1 factorial minus ln n2 factorial. Now you apply Stirling approximation in all the three terms. So after applying Stirling's approximation, I have written here. So if you put the values n1 n2 n1 n2, they will be cancelled out. So after simplification, you will obtain the expression that which we have derived earlier, that is equation 4. You see, that is ultimately this equation is same as we derived equation 4. So right hand side of equation 4 is similar. So we can write this expression, that is this expression is true. You can write this expression, because if you apply Stirling's approximation, then you will see that this expression is exactly same as equation 4. Now the point is that a closer look at this expression shows that we would indeed obtain the correct result if our original expression for S were diminished by an ad hoc term k ln n factorial. For that, we would diminish S1 by k ln n1 factorial, S2 by k ln n2 factorial and St by k ln n1 plus n2 factorial, so that we can make delta S is equal to 0. I will demonstrate it more clearly. You see, three terms are there in the expression of delta S. Three terms are there. You call it first term, this is second term, and this is third term. And your aim is to reduce delta S to 0. Now how you can make delta S equal to 0? You have to make each of the term individually to 0. I mean, that is you have to reduce the first term. Actually this term comes from the ST, that is total entropy after the mixing. So the entropy, that is original expression of entropy S, will be such that in the expression of ST you have to reduce it by k ln n1 plus n2 factorial, that is there should be some minus of k ln n1 plus n2 factorial. This term comes from the S1, that is entropy of the first compartment. So expression of the entropy will be such that you have to diminish this expression by this factor, that is k ln n1 factorial, and this expression comes from the expression of S2, that is the gas in the second compartment, and you have to reduce this value, that is there should be something so that you can diminish this value by the same value, that is k ln n2 factorial. So how we can do that? The only thing is that if you consider the original expression of S, all these values, that is be it St, be it S1 or be it S2, all the values are coming from the original expression of S. So in the original expression of S, you have to diminish the value by k ln n factorial in general, because as you want to reduce all the three terms, so as these terms are coming from the original expression of S, so original expression of S has to be diminished by k ln n factorial. Why we are saying? Because of these three terms. So you have to diminish the original expression of s by this term only. So what is k ln n factorial? K ln n factorial means, again if you apply Stirling approximation, so k into n ln minus n, but you have to diminish, that means you have to take a minus sign. What you have to do, you just take the expression of base just we have used, and there should be adjustment factor. What is the adjustment factor? You have to diminish, means minus k ln n factorial. That means minus k n ln n plus nk, this is the adjustment factor. So this is the expression of s that we have used in this discussion, and this one is the adjustment factor. Now you again simplify it. How to simplify? You just take this term in the first term. So in the first term you just divide by n here. In the logarithmic there will be extra term n. You see that was v by h cube, now it is v by n h cube. We are taking this term in the first term and we are taking nk as common, and this nk you add with this term n 3 by 2 nk, so it will be 5 by 2 nk. So this will be the modified expression of entropy after the correction. So you carefully look at the expression, and what you can do, you can simplify it a little, one or two more steps. That is, you can take volume outside of it. Just we have done it in the previous cases. You see, in the previous time this was the expression, and we have taken the volume term outside of it. That we can do it in this case also. That is, you can take the volume term outside. So this will be the revised expression. You see, we have divided n, and this is 5 by 2 nk, and we have just separated the volume term here. So the new term is nk ln v by n plus 3 by 2 nk, you have taken it common, and this is 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi mkt by h square. So this is the revised expression of the entropy obtained from the back calculation method. Back calculation means actually this expression comes because we have assumed that delta s should be 0, and if delta s should be 0, then how we should modify the expression of s. Now the point is that now delta s will be obviously 0 because we have derived this expression from the back calculation method. But still you can check it, that is whether delta s is 0 or not, you can check it now. So suppose we are considering the same gas. We are case 1, we are considering that the gas is same. So this is the expression of the entropy. This is the expression of the entropy, revised expression, and in the revised expression we are writing st, that is total, in this way, that is nik ln v by ni plus alpha nik. Alpha means that is all the constant factor, we are taking it as alpha, because actually what happens during the calculation of delta is, actually this term will not play any role, only the first term is the important. So that is why you have just written alpha nik, although this term will also be cancelled out. Only the first term is important because it is just similar to the earlier process. When you will calculate delta s, the procedure is same, that is only first term will play the role. So you just focus on the first term, you do not look into the second term. So first term is nk ln v by n. That means if you give the summation form, I equal to 1 to 2 nik ln v by ni. So delta s is equal to st minus s1 minus s2. After the mixing there will be single system, because you are considering the same gas. So there will be single system, and total particle will be n1 plus n2, and total volume will be v1 plus v2. So this term I can write in this way, that is after the mixing st will be k into n1 plus n2 ln v1 plus v2 by n1 plus n2 plus alpha into n1 plus n2 into k, but this term will cancel out actually. So we will focus on the first term. So this is st, and for the individual entropy you have to give summation form here, and that will be when you will minus S1 and S2, that will be minus N1 ln V1 by N1 minus N2 ln V2 by N2. So this is the expression of delta x after the mixing. Now you see that this is actually 0. Why this is actually 0? Here I have shown it. You see N1 plus N2 ln V1 plus V2 by N1 plus N2. V1 plus V2 equal to V and N1 plus N2 equal to N. So you can separate it in this way, that is N1 ln V by N plus N2 ln V by N. These two terms comes from the this first term, and they are minus N1 ln V1 by N1 minus N2 ln V2 by N2. Now as it is the same gas and same density, so V by N will be equal to V1 by N1 equal to V2 by N2. Now you see the first term and the third term. So first term cancels with the third term. Why? Because V by N is equal to V1 by N1, and second term cancels with the fourth term because V by N is equal to V2 by N2. So ultimately we can say that if it is the same gas, then delta S equals to 0, which should be the cases. And if it is dissimilar gases, then what will happen? Then we cannot write that is total particle is equal to N1 plus L2. You can write the total volume V is equal to V1 plus V2 after the mixing, but you cannot write total particle N1 plus N2 equal to N. So in the case of dissimilar gases, this first factor will be like that, N1K ln V by N1 plus N2K ln V by N2. That is after the mixing. That is after the mixing. And this is S1 N1K ln V1 by N1 minus N2K ln V2 by N2. So you take N1K common from the first term and third term, and N2K common from the second and fourth term. So this is N1K ln V by V1 plus N2K ln V by V2, where V is equal to V1 plus V2. Now this expression is exactly same that we have derived earlier. That is, if you consider the dissimilar gases, the new expression of delta S, that is change of entropy, is exactly same that we have derived earlier. So for the same types of gas, if you consider the revised expression, then we can show that is delta S is equal to 0. That is, we can remove the paradox. But if you consider the dissimilar gases, then we have also established, that is for the case 2, if you consider the same revised expression, but for the dissimilar gases, you again can establish the same expression of delta x that you have derived earlier, that is from the wrong expression of this. But this entropy change delta x will be positive for dissimilar gases, which should be the true, and delta S should be 0 for similar gases, which should be true as the process is reversible. So the point is that we have revised this expression of the entropy. You see it very carefully. This one is the revised expression of the entropy. So how we have removed the Gibbs paradox? We have revised the expression of the entropy. This is the revised expression, and sometimes this revised expression is generally referred to Sackur-Tetrode equation. This revised expression is known as Sackur-Tetrode's equation. So I think you have understood this lecture, and for more clarification I request the viewers to go through the textbook of R.K. Pathria, and I thank you all for listening my lecture.